Cleveland LGBTQ advocates say some members of the community still have to hide who they are while at work.
That's because Ohio does not offer protections against employment discrimination. News 5's Olivia Fecto spoke with volunteers who made calls tonight to get a new bill passed that would change all that. And Olivia, they say it's about time this gets passed.
Yeah, Rob and Danita, more than 24 Ohio communities have adopted LGBTQ discrimination protections, but that only covers roughly a quarter of the state's population. Volunteers are hoping to change that.
Did you know it's still legal in Ohio to fire someone just because of who they are or whom they love?
That's the message volunteers are sharing with their fellow Ohioans.
We get phone calls every day from someone who has been denied housing, who has been turned away from a soup kitchen or turned away from their job or from an opportunity.
Gwen Stembridge of Equality Ohio says a bill at the State House would address that. In fact, the Ohio Fairness Act has been introduced several times over the last 10 years, but it's never become a law. Last year, an Ohio artist and activist urged its passage, saying she wants to be able to live life on her own terms.
People just assume it's this way. No one's paying attention to all of the suffering and pain and discrimination that's going on because it doesn't affect them.
That's where these volunteers come in.
Ohio's one of 30 states where there are no laws protecting people against workplace discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity.
They're making calls to Ohioans represented by key lawmakers involved in passing the bill out of committee, asking them to leave a message with their support.
I'll patch you through, and thank you so much.
Stembridge says state workers are already protected from employment discrimination in Ohio, but those protections don't apply to everyone else. She's hoping that will change with more bipartisan support for the Ohio Fairness Act now than ever before.
We know that there are legislators in the State House who support fairness for everyone, and so it's just about reminding them that this is what the people of Ohio want.
If the bills that are currently at the State House don't become law, lawmakers would have to introduce them again in the next General Assembly, which starts in the middle of 2021. Olivia Fecto, News 5.